Welcome live from the basement, episode 1, John Norris documentary. It all started in Atlanta, Georgia, 1971. Now, from 71 to about 75, I don't remember too much. 75 or 76, I don't remember too much, but I do remember a lot. This is going to go from then until now. So, I would say 76. Um, we moved from about 71, 72, we moved from Atlanta to Left Rack, Queens. So we stayed in Left Rack, Queens for a couple of years. Then we moved to Hempstead, New York. Now I had family in the Bronx. Um, So I was going from Hempstead to the Bronx where I had cousins and aunts, and one of my aunts used to babysit me a lot. My mother also had a young lady, Valerie. She used to babysit me too in Hempstead. Real nice. They met, I think Valerie was like 17, 18, something like that. So she babysitted me for a while. They both did. So anyway, I would say about 77, 78 maybe, my mother met this guy. And I didn't like him from the jump the first day I met him. The first day I met him is, I remember he came to our crib in Hempstead on Terrace. We lived on Terrace. We lived at Terrace Apartments. So he came there, and I remember that me, my mother, and him was on the couch. So um, my mother got up and went to the back room or the bathroom or maybe the kitchen. I'm not really sure, but me and him was left alone on the couch. So um, he was on one end and I was on the other. I didn't, like I said, the first day I met him, I didn't like him. So he, I was running from one end to the other end when he was sitting. I had my shoes on, so I was running on the couch, stepping on his pants. I never smiled at him. You know, little kids know. They can read people. So anyway, I'm stepping on his pants, and I can remember him giving me the face, like he's gonna do something to me. I keep stepping on his pants, so I kept stepping on his pants anyway. So anyway, like I said, I didn't like him, still don't like him, and um, so my mother came back. Then after a while, um, he had a wife already and kids already. He was married already. So I can't remember if he left his wife to marry my mother or they was already in the mix of divorcing or whatever. Then he met my mother. I'm not really sure. But anyway, him and my mother got married. First they had a child and then I think they got married, which was my younger brother Omar. Um, his daughter also used to babysit me and Omar. So after a while, like I said, his daughter used to come to the house and babysit. And I remember one day that she was babysitting us and me and her was in the back room watching TV. Omar was in his crib in the living room crying, crying. You know, every now and then I'll just shoot out there and see and try to calm him down or whatever. You know what I mean? He wasn't even 6 months yet, I don't think. So after a while, like I said, we both in the back room. After a while, he stopped crying. So after a while after that, she was like, "Go check on him." So I went to go check on him, and my little brother was deceased. He was stiff. I grabbed him by the shoulder and pulled him up, and he was stiff. And I could see that his face was facing to the mattress of the crib. They call it a crib death. A lot of newborns die of that. You got to make sure you check the newborns when they're crying because they could smother themselves. They call it crib death. But anyway, um, after that, they got they. I guess they fell in love and then they got married and doing their thing and whatever. And the guy that she married, um, he had a buddy. They used to work out together, you know. Um, so um, so anyway, I remember one time. I guess he was babysitting me this day, and him and his buddy, we was in a car, and we was uptown somewhere. I think it was Manhattan somewhere. I'm not really sure. I was young, but I'm pretty sure it was the city. And we just sitting there. You know what I mean? I'm a little kid. I can stand up in the back all the way up without my head hitting the roof of the car. So I'm back there standing up. Next thing I know, I see a mail truck. And soon as the mail truck pull up and the mailman got out the car, they got out his car, they got out the car. I see guns, I see them beating the guy up, beating him with a gun, and next thing you know, they taking bags and bags of mail, throwing it in the trunk and in the back seat where I'm at. So after that, I'm assuming that he went to jail because I can remember my mother taking me back and forth up to the jail to see the guy. And like I said, I hated him from the day I met him. The first minute I seen him, I hated him. You know what I mean? I was my mother's only child at that time, so I was spoiled. I got what I wanted. You know what I mean? I was just a spoiled child. So anyway, after that, after a few years of being in Terrace, I think we lived in Terrace maybe about I want to say about a good 8 years, maybe. And after that, we moved to Texas. We moved to Houston, Texas. We lived in two different spots in Texas. One spot I remember, I lived maybe 15 feet from the school that I was going to. And I hated it because I can just open the front door and see the school. Like I said, walk right across. It was no more than 15 feet across. I'm on the grass of the school. So anyway, I went to school in Houston, and um, my the guy, my mother had got pregnant again with one of my sisters. So after that, we moved somewhere else in Houston. I can't remember, but I do remember the house. The house was like on stilts, so I think it was by the water. And the guy was a abusive guy, so I was like kind of scared of him. You know what I mean? So I used to run away from home all the time. So I remember one time the report card came, and my report card wasn't to his liking, and I ran away. And I remember running to a friend of mine's house, like right around the corner, and they had an abandoned car in their yard. Matter of fact, I can't even remember if it was abandoned or not, but the car was open, and I went in there, um, and the night before, and I was in the car. I remember he came, the guy. I don't even want to say his name. That's how much I hate him. I don't even want to give him the respect of saying his name. But anyway, I remember him coming to the my friend's house, and I can hear him because the car is sitting right in the driveway by the door. He's asking, you know, he knocks on the door, asks them for have they seen me. They like no, which they didn't because I didn't knock on the door when I went there. I just knew that the car was there, and that's where I was going. So I went there by and I heard him. Then he left. They told him no, we didn't see him. He left. And then I left. Then after a week or so, me out on the street by myself. I was young. I can't remember how old, but I was like maybe I want to say about 10, and the police find me and take me back to the house.